I'm designer Melissa Davis from Melissa Davis Group, and I'm here in one of our clients' condos. We just finished a massive renovation in the space, and I can't wait to share it with you. This condo, when I first came in, was scary. A hoarder lived here. He'd inherited this from family and had not done anything except accumulate stuff and dirt. It was a great space, a large footprint, but it needed some reconfiguring and of course all new finishes. So my client here is a mom with two 20-year-old daughters. One's away at college. So she wanted this to be a really beautiful, feminine space, somewhere where the daughters can come home when they're not at university. And the number one priority was storage. 3 girls, it's a lot of shoes. The space is about 1,200 square feet, and previously that was a 2-bedroom, but it had this kind of unutilized storage room. So in the reconfiguring, I was able to add a den, which actually doubles as her second daughter's room when she comes home. So this had a really typical galley kitchen. You'll see it in apartments where it's this long, narrow space with the little louver doors on the end and on the side. So we opened that completely up and kind of moved it around a bit. There are limitations, which you'll see. There's sort of this boxed in vent. We kept it. We added the applied trim so it matched with the rest of the space, and we didn't allow that to limit where the kitchen stopped and started. In fact, the dishwasher truly is in the living room, but you can't tell it is because we've twisted it sideways and created a bar of sorts over top of it. So from the dining room side, it looks like this beautiful entertaining space, but it allows that kitchen to stretch. So we didn't want to spend too much on this renovation overall because it's a condo. The return on investment is not as great as, say, a detached home. Because of that, we went with IKEA cabinets. Those were used throughout the space, but then we elevated that, especially in the kitchen, by adding a beautiful composite Caesar stone counter. And the backsplash is a really lovely octagon marble. And that same marble finish was used throughout the fireplace, the bathrooms, but we changed the texture and the size of the mosaic to add a lot of interest. So overall, it looks like a really expensive space, but it was actually very on budget. Because this is a condo, we couldn't add a new gas fireplace, which is one of the #1 requests I get from clients. So instead, we opted for a Dimplex electric unit. And I promise, these have come a long way. It's super simple, actually. We just boxed out, we flanked it with 2 IKEA kitchen cabinets, believe it or not, and capped it with a piece of trim, painted to match the cabinets. And then the unit is simply a plug-in. So all we needed was 1 electrical outlet behind, and we tiled this around. It looks custom, very, very simple, and it actually gives off heat, and of course, looks beautiful. So here we used a really neutral, overall elegant classic color palette. It's creams, the furniture is very neutral, but what that does is a great backdrop for artwork. And this homeowner inherited her grandmother's art, actually several pieces her grandmother painted. So it was really special, and it was necessary to kind of display it as a feature. And this is actually Simply White, last year's Color of the Year from Benjamin Moore. It's the perfect warm neutral backdrop for that. This is the second daughter's den/bedroom. When she's away at college, it's got this great extra wide entry from the kitchen, so it feels really big, more spacious than the condo in general. But then we've packed in tons of small space solutions, like the bed I'm sitting on. This is a Murphy bed. So when it's not in use, it flips up, it looks like cabinetry. It's amazing. But it's a double bed. I'm amazed by this piece. And then a real key point here is to use sliding doors. So oftentimes we think we can't fit a closet or we can't fit an entry door because the swing doors will impede on the space. So here we've done a great barn door on the closet, tons of storage, and a beautiful oversized barn door leading into the room. And on that, we've just added the applied trim that's off the wall. So it's a really inexpensive slab door, applied trim. It all ties together beautifully. The most challenging part of the space was definitely shoehorning in a 3rd bedroom of sorts and storage. Really like squishing everything that they had in their big family home into this smaller space. But I'm happy to report all the girls' shoes have been put away, neat and tidy, and everyone feels comfortable and completely at home here. It was a success.